Amongst this week's releases, the first one I'm going to talk about will be from My Ticket Home. Now, they've released their new album this week entitled Strangers Only, so let's get to it. Alright, so first off, getting into a little bit about the track listing on the CD. Now, there was 10 tracks, and I'm not going to get into all of them, but just a little bit of a chunk to talk about on the track list. Alright, so it starts off with the first song called Spit Not Chewed. Now, this was the first song released to show what the album had in store. First single, whatever you want to call it. Now, I think this is a really great song. It's heavy, it's fast-paced, and it showed right off the bat that My Ticket Home had pretty much left most of the metalcore roots back, on To Create a Cure. Now, I really liked it and was expecting a lot. Maybe I wasn't ready for the big change, like I did dig the metalcore sound, but like I said, this new metalish type sound was pretty awesome and I really dug it. So going through it, there's a lot of great songs. That's the first track, like I said. Going to the third track, Hot Soap. Now again, this is the second song released, and the second song released before the entire album was streamed on YouTube. I really actually liked Hot Soap a lot more than I liked Spit Not Chewed. I felt like it had more passion in it, more emotion, and I really liked how they did use some cleans in the song, which is noticeable. And there are not a lot of cleans on this CD, but when they show up, they're pretty awesome, and definitely on Hot Soap, when you first get to hear it, if you're like me, the first song you heard with cleans on the album, it was really awesome, and not to mention, there was a great chorus in this song. The first part of this album is killer. The first 5 songs are awesome, and it's hard to choose a favorite just from the first half. Track 4 is called Teenage Cremation. Now, first time I heard this, I was just like, whoa, and I kind of had to listen to it again. It was just amazing. I thought the lyrics were really great, the chorus was friggin' killer, and overall, it was just a really catchy song. Track 5. Now, again, the songs just keep rolling and rolling. It seems like the album gets better as each track goes on. Track 5 is Keep Alone. Now, again, more cleans right off the bat in this song, I do believe is right at the start, and the chorus is really great. Killer instrumentals on this song, I really liked it, and I like the verses as well. Like, it seems like a lot of the verses on this song are almost even better than some choruses on other songs. So at track 6, we're going to continue on with clean vocals. Actually, there's some cleans in the song You All Know Better Than Me. Now, again, it's just an awesome song, really cool chorus, it's not a lot to talk about personally, but then I heard Head Change. Now, this is track 7. I know I said I'm not going to talk about all the tracks, but I mean, it's just, as these ones come up, I gotta discuss them a little bit, and I thought when I heard Head Change, it was really cool. It's a slower intro and has this really thick, noticeable bass. I mean, when you listen to it, you just hear it and it hits your ears, and you're like, that's awesome. I'm a fan of bass, and when I hear like a good bass line, I'm like, oh, that's sweet. And the bass in this song is really killer, and it picks up, I think, around the chorus. It starts to get heavier with some, more louder instrumentals, and then after that, it slows back down to the steady pace that was in the intro and the verse. The last song I'm going to talk about fully is track 8. Now, this is called Foul Stench of Youth. It's a tie for my favorite song on this album. I'm kind of stuck between Teenage Cremation and Foul Stench of Youth. I think both songs are really cool. And like a lot of songs on the album, they're more heavy and new metal influenced, really awesome sounding. And I thought like the instrumentals and vocals and chorus and verses and everything in this song were just flawless. Getting into a little bit more of a discussion on the album itself. Now, this is the second full length that My Ticket Home have released, and their third release overall. Now, the first EP was called The Opportunity to Be, as well as their first full length called To Create a Cure, which I mentioned earlier in the video. Now, both these albums were heavily influenced by metalcore, and although I love their old albums and I thought they were really cool, metalcore has become a very hard genre to keep people interested in. I really do find that. And the fact that these guys took a chance to change it and do a 180 and go with this, as they call themselves, let me see, I got it written here, puke rock is what they call themselves now as a genre. I think puke rock is basically new metal, slightly influenced with a bit of their old metalcore sound, which really works in their favor. They took a chance and, like I said, changed their sound, and I thought it was phenomenal. I think it takes a lot of guts for a band to just do something completely different and, just go balls out and attempt it. And I think it really worked out in their favor. Some people may not be a fan of the new sound, and if not, that's okay. It's understandable. Not everyone likes change, and not everyone likes all music. I gotta say, me personally, I really enjoyed this album, and I really think that there is not one bad song on this CD. I like how after each song, from the first track right to track 10, I was interested. From the first listen, more and more every song I heard. Now, from the first track, obviously I heard it before, so I was a little bit, steady there. Going down to the second track, I was interested, kept me going. And then Hot Soap came in, I love that song, Teenage Cremation, and then Keep Alone. And as each song would pass, my, love of the album grew more and more. And I think that's what makes me truly really love this album just after one listen of the full thing through. So I actually think I'm going to give this album a 10 out of 10. Now, it's very rare I do give a 10 out of 10, and some may be skeptical on why I am, but I actually heard people say I'm closed-minded on music, but whatever. I kept my ears open to anything I listened to. When I listened to this, and I was shocked because I've listened to My Ticket Home before, and I've heard what their sound was, and they completely changed, as I mentioned it many times before in this video. I think that when you have the guts to completely almost change your genre, that's saying something. And I'm pretty sure I heard live, what they're doing live right now is playing mostly their new album. I guess they just really don't want to play some of their metalcore stuff anymore, or most of their metalcore stuff. But yeah, like I said, a 10 out of 10. I think what really gives this a great rating is that on every track there are just killer instrumentals, and they really work well together with that new metal sound, like I mentioned, the puke rock sound that they are going for. I really love the vocals on this, the harsh vocals that their singer uses, plus some of the cleans that I think it's their guitarist uses. I'm not sure. I can't remember if it's just the singer or the guitarist also does the cleans. Either way, I think that the mix on, I think it was like 4 or 5 of the songs that did have cleans in them, as little as they may be at some parts, I thought were really impactful and made for an even better effect on each song that they had. So yeah, they made for an amazing album, and yeah. Alright guys, that's about all I got to say for this album. My Ticket Home, Strangers Only, 10 out of 10. Now, I normally don't buy albums online, but I heard you can only get this one through Merch Now. So if you want, I'm going to link it down below to their Merch Now band page, and you can pre-order it if you want. I'm actually getting a pre-order bundle myself. I think it's $28, and for what you get 2 shirts, the CD, a poster, as well as a sticker. Now for $28, that's pretty awesome. You go to Hot Topic or something like that, and just one t-shirt alone for any band is like $20, $25, depending on what you're getting. So I think that's ridiculously good price, good deal. If you want, you can check it out. Even just one t-shirt and a CD, and I think a poster is like 20 bucks. So if you want to check it out, you can. Link it down below. Me, myself, I'm getting that package. I don't care. Really excited. Tell me your thoughts on this album, and I'll see you shortly for my next review, which I will probably link somewhere in this video, for the newest Freddy Krueger album. Their debut album. So either way, I shall see you soon, and remember, it's music for today, music for tomorrow, and music for life. Peace out.